What's up, my YouTube friends? We got a great treat for you today. We're gonna fire up Bastard here in a second. We just dug it out of the corner. We haven't ran it since last spring. This is the last time I ran it. And Trenton just put a little fuel in the cylinders, got it fired up, and I'm still a little jacked up just from listening to this thing run right now. This thing is, when we start this, the part of the video, you're gonna wanna turn your surround sound up to max level or your headphones to maximum level just to appreciate how sweet this thing sounds in the shop. It is so awesome sounding. But first things first, it's Sunday afternoon. Trenton and I have been out here thrashing all weekend. Didn't get a ton done. Trenton brought home a new puppy yesterday, so yesterday was kind of all about getting the puppy acquainted with the old dog here and kind of getting them to know everything around here. So we didn't do a lot of work in the shop yesterday, but we did get quite a bit done. We got the engine back in Norge. But first things first, guys, this is cheers to all my YouTube friends. Delicious, delicious. I've heard of guys using Busch Light to clean their parts in now. Another incredible use for Busch Light, I'm telling you. But all right, here guys, here's Bastard. I have a lot of videos of Bastard, Shop Cat. Anyways, I got to clean this thing up and get it detailed for the winter. But I just wanted to fire this thing up quick for you guys and get a little ear candy today, because this thing just sounds absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, I just immediately had this huge grin on my face when Trenton got this thing ripping, and it sounds so awesome. But you know, nothing special about Bastard. We just kind of whipped this thing together last fall, did a lot of razzle-dazzle stuff on it and whatnot. But Trenton, let's pop up the hood so you can check out the eye candy underneath the hood of this thing. Just in case anybody forgot what it looked like. Hand out the sunglasses. Damn, that thing's gorgeous. Well, let's put the hood down, Trenton. Let's make some music, guys. This, like I said, this is the part of the video. If you love the sound of a triple 650, this is about where you're going to want to crank your video up. You're going to want to drive the wife nuts right out of the house with your surround sound right now. Let's give it a rip, Trenton. Oh, does that sound awesome? Or what? I bet the neighbors a mile away are wondering what in the hell is going on down the road from them. Right here, that's what's going on. Bastard singing. Oh, that's incredible. But every time in a video, I like to give a little shout out to people that treat me right and not so right. But I never say anything about the people that treat me not so right, so I'm not going to go down that road. But if you want a pull start handle for your sled, Kevin Kraus, check the guy out on Facebook. He just sent us 2 new handles. We got the one for Bastard here a couple weeks ago, and I showed it in one of my videos. These things are just so cool. Trenton just put them all on. He says, Dad, I'm never going to pull on a stock recoil handle ever again. These just fit the hand and they feel so nice. Look at how your fingers just kind of grab right in there. Awesome handle. Kevin makes these things. They're just beautiful. Make your sled look just gorgeous with these handles on. And we just got 2 new ones for Ultra Redemption and for Norge. And anybody old's handle can say Ultra on it, but then Kevin takes it a step above Redemption. Ultra Redemption has its own handle now, and this, like I said, the thing is just beautiful. Look at the quality of these things. The anodizing he has done on these things just makes it pop. It looks just absolutely amazing. Here we got the one on Norge over here. We went the same color purple for Norge, but once again, Norge has its badge on it now, both sides. Just an awesome handle. Check out Kevin Kraus on Facebook. You can find him. He's in a bunch of different groups. He's in almost any Polaris group there is on Facebook. He's involved in it. You can find him on there. Private message him. He's super easy to work with. I'm not going to quote his prices, but I'm pretty certain for about a $50 mark, one of these things will be sitting on your doorstep, and he might have it to you before Christmas time if you're looking to buy yourself a stocking stuffer. Check him out. Like I said, super, super decent guy. The seat on Ultra Redemption right now. I don't know if you noticed this sheen we have going on here. I was suggested by a couple people to rub her on down with baby oil. Keep her soft. Not only does it keep it soft, but yep, it keeps it as smooth as a baby's ass. You betcha. I'm gonna give it a whirl. I used to actually treat my vinyl and the plastic gas tanks and stuff on the older TXs and the other stuff we were restoring. I'd treat it with tranny fluid. You know, one, it was a conditioner and it had a cleaner in it, and it did help soften up vinyl, and it made your plastic nice and the true color, you know, again, blue or black or whatever you were trying to get the color back on. But I figured I'd give this a try. Instead of putting tranny fluid on, I figured this was a little bit more natural, you know, a little bit more safe and stuff, and I don't know, I'll give it a whirl. Jury's out on this one if it works or not, but if it makes this old cover stay soft and get a couple more years out of it, that'd be awesome. It smells good too. That's the other thing about it. I love the way it smells. I even put it on the handlebar cover. Got the handlebars all wrapped up here on Redemption. I just put the brakes, chain case, all that stuff back together today. Got the recoil on. Just waiting for my water pump to come back. And I'm gonna build, talk about razzle dazzle. Look at this thing. I went full blown $8 can of high temp paint on this thing. Before I did that though, I spent about 2 hours in the bead blaster and wire wheeling that thing to make that exhaust look like that, but that's a whole nother subject. I'm gonna build myself a BRAP can. Not for the noise, I'm sure it'll be a little louder, but we don't really we ride these sleds so far up north and out in the woods that to bother somebody along the trail would be literally an act of God, because we don't really cross much for private land, and the private land up there is so vast that it's not like we're riding through town and stuff. So I would say anybody that's going to come down on me because I'm going to make it louder, it's not really the case. But I did buy a stainless muffler, $30 off eBay, and I'm going to weld up some elbows and fittings and whatnot. I'm going to even make the correct fitting for down in here. It's an oval shape to make my own BRAP can. I know back in the day I bought one for my other Ultra. I think it set me back the tune of $300 at the time. If I can build this thing for under $50 in a couple hours of my time, I'm gonna laugh and just be giddy over that. And it'll be nice. It's gonna be stainless, and I'm gonna weld stainless fittings on. I got some stainless tubing around here that I can use to do that. So that'll be an upcoming project. That muffler should be here this week, and I believe my water pump's gonna be here this week too. So Redemption, it's a water pump and a BRAP can from being running. Norge, it's a couple fittings. We're still working on this. I haven't put a lot of effort into it because we had so many other things going on, but this week I told Trenton I'd put some more effort into getting the correct fittings. We had a suggestion on how to do it by a good racing buddy of ours that deals a lot with AN fittings for his race cars and stuff, and I think he's got us on the right path on that. Thanks, Brad. You're the man. You're gonna make this one happen. That was a good idea, and I think that's going to work for what we need to do. But Norge, it's not very far off either. Get them water connections on and get his exhaust back on, and a few things to button up on the front end. This thing on Friday night didn't even look like this on that last video we did, so now he's got it all buttoned back together. He's got to go through and snug up everything yet, but he's got all the suspension back in it, the belly pan's back on, the bumpers are back on it. He's got decals coming yet for the tunnel. This thing is moving right along. Like I said, we did have a decent weekend, but we're actually at a point where we did kind of run out of parts. So it would have been nice to be able to button all this stuff up this weekend. But I tell you what, guys, that's about it for this video. And things are looking good. I would say by next weekend, these two should be up and running. And then we're not sure if we're going to start into our next two sled projects or not. Trent and I each have a very, very special sled that we each want to build. And I'm not sure if we're going to dive into them right away or if we're going to spend maybe some time on collecting parts and really thinking our projects through, because both projects are going to be fairly major. They're snowmobiles. They do have engines. I'd hate to disclose much more than that to let the cat out of the bag. So, And that's not a hint either. They're not going to be in heart attack, cardiac cat. No, definitely not. So stay tuned, guys. Keep watching. Thanks for all the views.